Now we've looked at some of those goals, Rob, can we just look at them again and see what the best way for you to achieve them, if that's the way you want to work with this?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just let's talk through them individually. You know, you talked about when you were out buying better meals for yourself.
Yeah, and
So-
and enjoying cooking them rather than
Yeah.
something quick.
Yeah. So what would enable that for you?
I don't know. I don't know exactly. I mean, there's obviously turning up at the shop, and like I said, you know, sort of building it into my routine. I pick it up on the way home rather than have to go out of my way to do something special. Although I would do that if I was in the mood to.
Yeah.
You know what I tend to like is a bit of variety, so I think that would keep it going. You know, where I shop or what I buy is just, it's about being free with what I can do, you know, rather than making it feel like a chore. I think.
And when you make the choice, because this is what this is about, is you making the choice.
Yeah.
What would be the trigger for that? Do you feel when you needed to do something like that? If you felt you needed to do something like that?
Well, you know, how would I know that it was time to go and do something that I wanted to do? There's probably a few. There's probably a few. I mean, it might be that I've had a particularly tough day at work. It might be that actually I just have some time to myself and, you know what, I really fancy doing something with it. You know, it might be that I got friends round. It could be all sorts of different things, I think.
Yeah. And what about the gym side of it? Because you mentioned that sometimes you like to go to the gym.
Yeah. I think what really helps with the gym is it's one of those funny ones where having a bit of a set routine with the gym does help.
Okay.
Like, you know, going on a Friday. Partly because it is a bit of hard work, so there is a bit of, if I have a bit of structure, then it's great to kind of keep me going. And if I kind of see some difference in me, if I feel better, you know, and then on top of that, sometimes what I could do is go to the sauna in between. You know, so say like I go on a Friday, I could go on a Tuesday, but not to feel like I had to go on a Tuesday, but just have it in mind that actually I can go again if I want to.
Yeah, that kind of freedom of choice we talked about throughout, haven't we? And finally, we also talked about the third option.
Was it my legs and
the exercising.
Yeah. That one. It's, in a way, it's kind of one of the really important ones. Well, they're all really important, but it's the longest serving one, you know, because I've had it from whenever I was this high, that it's a stretch, and it's actually painful to do. But I think with that, it's a case of putting it together with you know, going to the gym, because of how it feels, and it just feels right, and it feels better for me to be able to walk around loosely. If that, I don't know whether that makes sense to you.
It makes perfect sense. Yeah.
You
know.
know.
Perfect sense.
So what would help me keep that going is if I had the other stuff going as well.
So they're all connected with each other.
Yeah, I think so.
That sounds a really good idea.
Okay.
Particularly because you said earlier on that, you know, that if you were more comfortable throughout the day with your leg, then things would feel better for you.
Yeah, you know, I'd never really thought about it, but it's amazing how much of what I'm talking about, I think what I'm really talking about is the struggle that I have, you know, and it's what I've just realizing is it's actually a physical struggle, but it's also like an emotional and a psychological struggle.
Yeah.
And what I really want is to not have to struggle so much.
Okay. So it sounds like you're saying that by having some of these goals set for you to manage this, that it could improve your physical position as well.
Well, everything. I guess, you know, I've just realised that I didn't know they were all connected, and they are. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just thinking, you know, there's bound to be days where I don't fancy going down the gym, or I think, well, actually, I've got enough food in the fridge and I can cobble something together from what I've got, and I don't want to lose that either.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just about being easier on myself. You know, yeah.
That sounds really good, Rob. It sounds, you know, how you've worked on that choice, that autonomy of choice to improve things for you. Sounds like a really good way ahead for yourself.
It's good of you to say that. You know, at the same time, it's kind of odd for me to hear, because I've never really had that. You know, like I was saying, there's always this bit, well, actually, yeah, but what's missing?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, but what are you not doing? To have you sort of sit with me and say, yeah, that's a good thing. You go for it.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me. That means a lot.
Oh, thank you. And it's been really good working with you. I've enjoyed spending some time, you know, to be able to help you move somewhere with this. So thank you for that as well. And in the future, maybe we could get together again and see how it's going.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I'd like that.
Thank you.